From Indiana, former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Live from Drake University in Iowa, this is the CNN Democratic presidential debate.
The very president who said he was going to end endless war, who pretended to have been against the war in Iraq all along, though we know that's not true, now has more troops going to the Middle East. My perspective is to ensure that that will never happen when there is an alternative as commander-in-chief. I am ready to take on this president on the economy because I am from the exact kind of industrial Midwestern community that he pretends to speak to and has proven to turn his back on. I'm ready to take on Donald Trump because when he gets to the tough talk and the chest thumping, he'll have to stand next to an American war veteran and explain how he pretended bone spurs made him ineligible to serve. The biggest mistake we could make is to take black votes for granted, and I never will. The reason I have the support I do is not because any voter thinks that I'm perfect. It's because of the work that we have done facing some of the toughest issues that communities can. Not from the luxury of a debate or a television panel or a committee room, but on the ground. Of course, there is a much longer way to go in my community and around the country. But I will be a president whose personal commitment is to continue doing this work. We're going to tackle climate from day one. It's why we've got to make sure that we have better answers than we do today. Now, what I've noticed is pretty much all of us propose that we move on from fossil fuels by the middle of the century, starting with actions that we take right now. The question is, are we going to make sure any of this actually gets done? Because people have been saying the right things in these debates for literally decades. Whether we actually put together the national project it will require to meet our climate goals, to act aggressively, not just rejoining the Paris Climate Accord, that's table stakes, but to actually move on from the fossil-dependent economy we live in today. This is our moment. This is our one shot to defeat Donald Trump, and to do it by such a big margin that we send Trumpism into the dustbin of history too. But we cannot take the risk, with so much on the line, of trying to confront this president with the same Washington mindset and political warfare that led us to this point. If you were watching this at home and you were exhausted by the spectacle of division and dysfunction, I'm asking you to join me to help turn the page on our politics. If you're seeing the president boast about the Dow Jones, wondering whether any of that will ever get to your kitchen table, join me. If you're a voter of color, feeling taken for granted by politics as usual, join me. If you're used to voting for the other party, but right now cannot look your kids in the eye and explain this president to them, join me. We have a chance to change all of this if we can summon the courage to break from the past. That is why I am running for president. It is why I am asking you to caucus for me on February 3rd, and I hope that you will go to PeteForAmerica.com and join me in this effort.